Albert Einstein says one of the eighth wonders of the world is compound interest. There are those who make money on compound interest, and there are those who pay money. Stay tuned. Hey guys, that's right. Albert Einstein said it, compound interest. I'm going to get into that in just 1 second. So I'm going to start with your questions. Welcome to Friday. As you can see, I am not in the office today. I'm out on a business trip, but I want to make sure you got the information, let you know what's going on. So your questions: with rate cuts, are we going to start to see improved pricing? Meaning, are rates going to improve? So of course you would hope that, right? Because that's why the Federal Reserve makes these decisions, because they want mortgage rates to drop. Yes. As I've mentioned over the last couple of segments, that first cut that was the deepest, here's what happened. We saw rates go up anywhere from a quarter to 3/8%, depending on the type of the loan. Now, what we're starting to see, gotta wait about a week and a half for the election. We're starting to see the Federal Reserve going to start commenting. Now, they're in their quiet period right now, or it's called a blackout period, which will end Monday, and then they'll start talking on Wednesday, and then we should start to get some information. But some of the jobless figures that just recently came out this week, a lot of the market makers, you're hearing them on TV that are complaining about, well, wait a minute. We've had all these strikes going on between Boeing, between the automakers, between different shipyards. They've got their silent strikes at shipyards. And you've got also the strike with the ports. How come none of those people that lost their jobs, because there were several that did, how come they're not showing up in the numbers? Again, we don't really know the truth, but we'll know as those numbers are readjusted. So are we expecting rates to improve? Yes, as the real data comes out. What are rates starting to do right now? Well, they're flat right now. But you know what? Again, how many times do I tell you? I started lending money. Rates were at 9.75. People have bought houses in my 34-year career. It doesn't matter what the rate is. Doesn't matter who's running for president, who won the presidency, who's promising gift funds, grant funds, whatever the hell you call those funds. Somebody's paying for it. That's just actually three questions in one, by the way. Is it time to refinance? Heck yeah, it is. You need to start calling me. You need to start, let me run your numbers. Do not, and I repeat, do not open your mail and fall for something that says this rate is this. I had one the other day, actually two this week, that said, one of them came back and said the rate was 399. 399? That doesn't even exist. 499. 499? That doesn't exist either. Rates are nowhere near that right now. So if you're seeing that, it's a bunch of BS. You know what BS means. It's a bunch of BS. And guys, I want you to know that I'm in your corner and I'm going to tell you the truth. So you need to call me and I'll tell you if it's time to refinance. So the next question was, I keep on getting these refinance offers. Throw it away. Throw it away and call me. I'll give you the real data. Rates are getting better. They're improving. But like good wine, it takes time. Okay, what are first-time home buyers waiting for? Well, here's what they're waiting for. Something that won't make a difference. Many are waiting for both candidates' home affordability plans to go in effect. Now, like I've said, don't miss the boat. And here's the problem. Prices are going to continue to go up. Rates are going to continue to go up and down. It could take 1 or 2 years before whoever goes into office and whoever signs the plan, because there will be a plan. So when they sign the order, it still has to go through Congress, Senate. They have to approve it because the funds have to be appropriated. Once the funds are appropriated, the agencies, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, VA, USDA, FHA, they all have to adjust their softwares and their underwriting requirements because all this is income based. Just because you're a first time home buyer doesn't mean you're going to get this money. If you are not in that income level, or you make more, you're not going to qualify. It's just that simple. It's that simple. If you don't qualify, you don't get the money. I don't care if you're a first-time homebuyer. So don't get hung up in the rhetoric. Excuse me. Now, again, back to the details on these programs. They're going to be great, but also one of the components is the sales price on these houses. So let's say you're in a market that's high priced. Just because you have the ability to get the 25 grand, one, you may not qualify for the property that you're looking for. Two, that $25,000 is probably going to be a grant that you maybe have to pay back over the period of 30 years. So you have to qualify with those figures. And three, you also have to make sure that the whole picture is incorporated into that grant funds. So enough about that. Don't get hung up on the details. That's what I'm saying. What's the latest affordability? The least affordable city to live in, Los Angeles and San Francisco, along with New York. People can't live there. That's why they're leaving California in droves. And of course, California's kicking them in the butt on the way out by saying, hey, if you own property here and you sell it, we're going to hit you with a small tax because you're leaving the state to make your life for your family better. Whatever. Okay, the most affordable, St. Louis and Kansas City. Now, those who rent, there was a survey that was just concluded. Now, because I'm not in my office, I'm going to have to go to my phone and put on my glasses because my eyesight's not getting any better to tell you this information. The top 10 reasons to buy a house. This is from a national organization that did a survey on renters and first-time home buyers. 62% of renters said that when they're renting, they don't have the flexibility to do what they want with their space. They can't modify it, they can't paint it, they can't change it. If the landlord says, I'm not fixing a broken cabinet, they got to live with it. 61% of home buyers saying they bought a house because of financial stability, equity increase, and tax deduction. And I'm going to get on taxes in just a second. 49%. 49%. All right, let me see a show of hands. Just raise your hands. Do you love your pet? Hey, you know what? I love my pet because I'm going to tell you, my girl Roxy, she means the world to me. Some of you guys have seen her on my show. She's an awesome dog. 49% said there's no rules with their pets when you own a home. And then 42% appreciation and wealth building. That's why, yes, it can be cheaper to rent. Your landlord designed it like that. I'm a landlord. A lot of my people have lived in my places for years. They're paying my mortgages off. And you know what? I let them do what they want with the house. I don't let them modify the bathrooms, the kitchens. I let them paint the rooms, but guess what? They have to paint the room back to the original color. So there's that appreciation and the wealth building. Now, with home ownership comes responsibility, right? You got to cut the grass. If the roof leaks, you don't call the lender, you call a roof repair company. If your hot water breaks, you don't call the mortgage company, you call a plumber to fix that stuff. So there is that. But the other component is you're building wealth. Don't you feel more confident when you own a home? Of course you do. So why rent unless you have to? All right. So to the tax brackets, listen to this. The IRS, we're talking about inflation. You think they see inflation, they're turning a blind eye to it. So now the new tax brackets are coming out up to 37%, meaning the meaningful tax brackets are in the 24 to 32%. They're up a little bit, but that's starting to change next year. And it is going to change. It doesn't matter who is elected. I'm telling you, a lot of this stuff that these candidates are telling you, remember, they're trying to win votes. Again, don't complain if you're not voting. You don't have the right to complain. Yeah, you do. But really, it's meaningless if you're not going to vote. And also, don't vote because you don't like the two candidates. Go out there and vote. Just do the right thing and work with the democracy and vote, period. I don't care who you vote for. But you can't do anything about the IRS things because that was 2 years ago when they started proposing it. It takes that long to go through all the House, the Congress, the IRS to approve it. And IRS doesn't care. They're coming after you for their money because you owe the money. So enough about that. Home ownership. Guys, here's what we're seeing. Houses are staying on the market a little bit longer. Depends on the market you're in. Some are not. Some are moving faster than they have been. Just keep this in mind. Houses are going to go up. Rates are going to go up and down. Mortgage payments are going to go up and down. Taxes are going to go up and down. Homeowners insurance is going to go up and down. It's part of being a homeowner. So get in the pre-approval fight, not the pre-qualification fight. Have your friends, have your family. If their goal is to buy a house in 2025, they need to start calling me and let's get into the pre-approval fight now. And not only that, here's the thing. You buy a house now, you close in November, your first payment's not going to be due till January 1st anyway. So if you're kicking the can down the road, buy the house now, get into it before the holidays, and let's rock and roll. Guys, if you need me, you've got all my information here down below. Call me, tell your friends, your family, your coworkers. Listen, I know you can hear it in my voice, not just because I'm not in the office and I'm actually in Florida and it's sunny and it's 80 degrees. That's not why you're hearing the excitement in my voice, because good things are coming, like really good things are coming. And we've been waiting for these good things to come in. And I'm telling you, it's coming, whether you want it or not. We all want it. Have a great weekend. Bye now.